time I was telling my friend that I was struggling between something that I knew that I wanted versus something that I knew that I needed. And then she said to me, what if the thing that you wanted was just what you think you want versus the thing you needed is actually the thing that you deserve? So naturally, that got me thinking about how in general, I do that a lot. I resort back to kind of these older patterns, and I feel really guilty after I have made decisions that don't really feel like they are ultimately what's best for me. Sometimes it's totally fine because, you know, what your soul needs sometimes is definitely very different than like what your body needs, for example. However, I feel like a lot of us have gone through enough crap in our lives where we have this subconscious version of ourselves in the back of our heads kind of sabotaging this deep ultimate sense of like where we want to get to in life, because maybe we think we're not worth it, maybe we don't believe in ourselves, something along these lines. After the regret kind of starts to sink in after making decisions that, you know, we feel like weren't really what was best for us, even though we genuinely wanted that in the moment or thought we wanted that in the moment, then I feel like what happens a lot of times is like we overcompensate. We're like, okay, now I'm going to do a 180, and then that never lasts, obviously. So for me, the practice this week after, you know, not really feeling happy with the decisions I've been making, and I feel like we can break it down. It can be little things, because when we think of like having discipline, for example, I feel like we're always like thinking about getting up at 5 a.m. and going on runs and whatever. And like, if that works for you, great. But I think for a lot of us, we struggle to get out of bed, including myself. I go back to basics. Basics like trying to drink enough water in the day, maybe taking some vitamins, maybe pushing myself to go outside even though I don't see a point, maybe getting ready even whenever I have nowhere to go. My point being, by practicing like really small things that you think that you need, even though you might not even yet believe that you deserve it, the more you will actually fall in love with yourself, and it will become so much more natural. One of my favorite quotes is by John Green from The Fault in Our Stars, and he said, "I fell in love the way I fall asleep, slowly and then all at once." And I feel like that applies to so much when we're talking about like making progress or building a relationship with yourself. I promise you've got this. It's one little decision at a time.